SGA, to the point, he finished with 38, made 14 mid-range jumpers in game one. He lead the league in mid-range jumpers. He shoot the mid-range at 51%. Obviously, I watched you destroy guys with the midi, get fouled every time. Every game, once a game, at least you're getting fouled on the midi. Do you think that ultimately it can still be as effective versus the threes in today's game?
No. You need a diversity of play in today's game. And I say that because of just the way the game rules have changed. And then the way that we prioritize the analytics in today's game. And so with that roster construction, will be built around, spacing the floor, taking the best shots, being more efficient. And, again, we come from a different cloth a little bit, from different eras of how we played inside out, right? And that train's left the station, fellas, and it's not coming back. I think until, I think you had Jokic, you got Embiid, you got guys that are dominant in the post. But again, these guys can shoot threes, right? And again, they can play make out of the post. So you look at what SGA does. He had 38. How many threes did he take? He took 6 threes as well.
Yeah.
Right. So, he can also burn you off the dribble from the three. You gotta respect it. So now he can get you on his hip. And for a midi guy, that's where you want him. On your hip, create space, get to your slot. And it was looking beautiful out there. But no, I think you definitely need more diversity in play because of how fast the game is now. And you got to keep the defense guessing,
I think you speak about getting the guy on your hip for the midi. I actually think if I'm guarding Shai, I'm sending him left, I'm riding his right arm, and I'm not recovering on the drive. So if he want to go to the rim every time and try to shoot a layup, I'm gonna have my help come over late. And when I had a help come over late, because Shai can pass the ball, but he not a passer like last second or you come help last second dish. He ain't passing it like that. Like once he get his mind on scoring and going to the rim, he get into the cup. And so I'll help late. And anytime he start driving left, I'm not cutting him off. We used to do it to J.R. Smith dot because he wanted to step back. Obviously, Shai is a totally different player than J.R., but it's certain guys, Lou Will, where you don't cut him off because they looking to stop and shoot the step back. And Shai is like that. And if you get your body in front of him, he gonna shoulder you. And if he miss with that shoulder, he gonna forearm you, and he get up and he get away with that. And so you can't get in front of him because you take your helper out of the picture, and he just shooting a wide open midi every time. I think you actually should ride the hip on him. When we played Boston in the finals a few years back, I noticed something in playing against them, and we put this rule in the series. I noticed that Jaylen Brown could pass, but if you help early on him, he couldn't make the pass. Like he wasn't, at that time, he wasn't strong making the pass if you helped up early. So with him, we would help up. As soon as he started driving, we would help up early. With JT, we know he would make the pass early. So we helped late, like right at the rim, we helped on JT. And it gets that detail at this point. And I think Indiana, that's something that they need to figure out. Like, do not get in front of Shai. Get him left. Don't get in front of him. Just ride the right arm and force him all the way to the rim. You got Miles Turner at the rim. You got Thomas Bryant at the rim. You got Obi Toppin at the rim. Is he going to hit enough layups to beat you? And another thing with those layups, when he go and take those tough layups, he fall down. Well, guess what? Indiana, that's to their advantage because they getting out running.
Right.
You get the ball out, it's one pass, boom. he getting up off the floor, you running. And so I think, when I look at that and I hear you say, like, you want to get that guy on your hip, Doc, your jump shot was like this. So you couldn't. I'm sorry, y'all. My elbows might be a little.
I was scared of that man. Hey, man,
you get your shot up here, and a guy get on your side. It really don't matter because your shot was way up here. Shai's shot not way up there like that, and so if that guy ride his hip like that, it could bother him a little bit, I think.
But he does. Yeah. Go ahead, BD.
No, go ahead. Fill that in.
I was going to say just real quick, he does like to get to that spot. I honestly think he likes to go left with the midi because it's right shoulder, right, lean to the spot. Yeah. However, when you bring the help, now you give him something to think about. And as we know, so you getting me back, I feel like I'm in the foxhole again. So I'm starting to sweat a little bit. We know it's only a couple of guys that can make that type of pass, on time, on target. Because when you bring in the double, it's only a few guys, one, that they get double teamed often, so they have to read it. They know it's coming. They know where the outlets are. But the Brons, the Lucas, the guys that can really, make that drive and then hit the open man, right? Because if we know that we're doubling, the back line is already thinking, okay, I'm in rotation. You see what I'm saying? So I'm sinking, I'm ready to shoot out, I'm ready to fill. So that's interesting because he does want to get to that baseline and he will pull up. But if you bring the help, now what is his next move, right?
Exactly.
Or just to play devil's advocate, if you're the coach of OKC, right, to your point about the midi, it's hard to get to the midi because everybody's on the perimeter. When you play your bigs and you get your big sitting down in the block, you're going to have space to ISO. And so it creates a different dynamic because you got a couple people below the free throw line in the ghost area. And now for SGA, he can operate in that elbow, that 15, 16 foot. Because I say for you, S-Dot, with the Warriors, which y'all was so good at, y'all would push the break, kick ahead to you, and you already had 10 feet. You was already at 10 feet with a one-on-one with action on the backside. And so for OKC, they got to play these big dudes down the stretch because if you play 5 out, you play small, Shai can't get to the midi. He got to go all the way to the hole. You can't get to the midi because everybody is hovering around the perimeter.
Absolutely.
That's a good point. Lastly, just to follow that up, Dray, I don't know if you remember this. We played, obviously, the 2016, and I hate talking about, the 20 points in that game one because we lost, so who cares, the series. But we lost 2016 to Cleveland. We come 2017, and, the Cavs, they're playing kind of the same way, but they're actually a better team. And I remember at the time we got KD and Kyrie, the way that he plays, the way that he burnt us really in that game 5, game 7, getting to his spots. And if you watch, being able to, he comes from Kobe school in that way, footwork, spin, fade, right? Like getting to spots. And I feel like I remember Steve talking about, we were watching film and it's like, you guys that are at the nail, if you could get in and contest from the behind, from the backside,
that rear view contest.
That rear view contest. And I remember Kay getting a couple of those, Dray getting a couple of those, and just so that's something to think about with Indiana, right? Just being in those kind of in those pockets. It's hard because you don't want to foul and the guys or whatnot, but it's just something to think about. And to me, that's where OKC, I'm watching them in the first half. I'm like, damn, these boys everywhere because they sinking, they rotating. If you turn your back, they own you. You know, they biting down. You know what I'm saying? And they got hands. And so I'm just, you know, that's just kind of the game within the game where you go back, you watch the film, you see how you can, you know, how you can improve on those shots.
Absolutely. No, I agree with that 100%. Like in Indiana, I think they get an opportunity to watch this film too. I think they'll pick up on some of those little nuances, you know, and that those little things, like you make Shai think about an extra shot or two like this, that can change an entire game, which one game can change an entire series. So you have to pick up on those little nuances.
100%. 100%.